program. Hosts may have changed, but the program is still the same. Now continuing a long-standing tradition, streaming on the First Federal Facebook page and on WROI. It's time for the First Federal Program.
And good morning, welcome to the First Federal Program. 73 degrees here on this Friday, July the 3rd, as we welcome Jody from First Federal Bank. Good morning.
Good morning. Happy 4th of July weekend.
Yeah, it is. It's crazy, isn't it?
A lot of people may be sleeping in a little bit. Maybe they're off today.
Lucky.
I'm not. We're here bright and early,
Yes.
ready to celebrate America's birthday. So we're open today. First Federal's open today, 8:30 to 5, so come see us. We're trying to decide if we're going to be really busy or really slow. But
Could be a combination of both.
Could be a combination.
Yeah, could be kind of wavy today.
If we're not sure, we, our Customer Appreciation Day is coming up next weekend, and we are giving away T-shirts, and we're folding away. So we got lots of T-shirt
Lots
folding.
of things to do.
Yes, for sure. So, town's getting ready for the big celebration this weekend.
It is.
I've been really enjoying seeing all the hometown hero banners that are up.
Yeah, those look good.
They're a little distracting to me as I'm driving down Main Street.
Because you want to see them,
I want
right?
to see them. There's lots of people remember probably one of Randy and I's favorite veterans. Our grandpa's there at 6th and Main, so we get to see him every time I go home. So fun to see all those pictures and remember all those folks who served our country for us. So enjoy those as you're going downtown. The planners look nice with some festive red, white, and blue colors in them, and that American 250's team doing a great job. So you ready for some trivia for today?
As long as you don't make it too difficult.
Well, this was Tanner's trivia.
Oh, okay.
And I had no idea, so I wish everybody good luck. So on this day in 1985, Back to the Future was released. Are you a big Back to the Future fan?
Oh, I've seen it a time or two.
I haven't, so this could be interesting. How many times was the film rejected before it was finally greenlit?
Ooh.
11, 22,
Wow.
33, or 44?
Ooh, Tanner.
He dove deep in the
He
archives
had to go
for
deep in
this
the
one.
archives. I'm glad I got the whole show to think about that one. Ooh.
Yeah, our guest from the Fair Board, Ben and Jillian, are thinking hard too. I know right now. We'll see if they can. They asked me before what the trivia question was, and I wouldn't tell them because they didn't want to have a head start.
I wasn't anticipating that big of numbers, to be honest.
When I saw that, I was like, what are we looking at here? So
All right. Well, we'll have to think about that
I
one.
guess that tells you everything in its own time, right?
Yeah.
So we'll see. Tanner left us with a couple of sports. I'm not the big sports guru, but I do have a couple of things. World Cup. Are you watching the World Cup?
I'm not. I'm kind of hearing about it through the news.
I hear a lot about the food that the people are coming here to eat. But USA does move on to the round 16 versus Germany. I have no idea when that is. Is that this weekend
I think
sometime?
it's first week, I think.
Okay.
Yeah,
Well, stay tuned for that. And
yeah, I did hear that we were talking about the food. I hear ranch is a very popular item for those out-the-comers.
So that must not be something popular.
It must not be popular, rather. Yeah.
You're a ranch fan?
They're loving ranch. Well, my wife is. You know that. But,
Well, I like ranch, but
I mean,
I don't know. Not quite on everything.
I'm not sure they can keep it in stock right now.
Just make it yourself.
Yeah.
It's better that way. We had one local sporting event that happened last weekend. The first annual Guns N' Hoses charity softball game took place.
It did. It did. It sounded like it was a great time.
Yeah, I did not get to attend, but I hear the fire department were the winners. Did you play, Randy?
I did not. I knew my limits.
Okay.
I probably wouldn't be here today if I had played. So I figured it was best.
I think that all that was to support Joe's Hope Foundation and other causes. And
A couple of different causes there, yeah.
Great causes. So
I know they did have a lot of fun.
that's great. Hopefully we'll have a second annual one, and the police can see if they can.
I'm sure they will. They'll be wanting a rematch.
See what they can do. Well, Tanner's off enjoying the 4th of July already, but he left us some tidbits.
Of course.
Of course he did, right?
We've got to have tidbits.
Of course. So, as he already said, on this day in 1985, Back to the Future was released. On this day in 2023, the hottest global temperature ever recorded, as average global temperatures dropped 17.1 degrees Celsius.
Okay.
So that's interesting. Previously, it was 16.92. I don't know if we beat that this week or not, but we've got some national days today. They're interesting days.
There is some interesting days. You're right.
Yeah. So what he shared with us is there's a National State of the Sunday. Seems fair. International Plastic Bag Day. National Chocolate Wafer Day.
Okay.
National Independent Beer Run Day.
Yeah, that's important.
I don't know what independent about that
Yeah.
is, but this one's a good one for this week. Air Conditioning Appreciation Day.
That's been a whole week, yes.
And I think a lot of our European friends were probably wishing they had some air conditioning that last week. I heard a lot of news stories about them being a little warm over there. American Redneck Day. National Fried Clam Day.
Not a fried clam fan.
National Eat Your Beans Day.
Gotta have your beans.
And American Sparkling Wine Day.
Ooh. Awesome.
So lots of interesting things you can partake of today if you're so desired.
There you go.
So we got some upcoming events happening. Well, there's a lot of upcoming events this weekend, right?
Yes, there is.
So we're celebrating America's 250s starting tonight here in Fulton County in Rochester, out at the airport. I hear there's some musical entertainment from Malachi Jaggers
You will be.
performing before the fireworks show.
Yeah.
And then this Cannonball Act.
Tina, the human cannonball.
You talked to her or anything?
I did. A couple weeks ago she was in, and her and her husband do this. They've done this for 20 years or so. They were in with Ringling Brothers Circus, so he volunteered her to
actually be the one.
Yeah. Normally he does a lot of times, but she does as well. So Tina will be shot out of the cannon, and she said she's at 0. I forget. I gotta think about this. 0 to 60 in like 0.3 seconds, something. I mean, it's amazing. 40 feet in the air at her peak. So
It's baffling that someone would volunteer to do this.
Somebody does it for a living. That's what's even more baffling.
Yeah, and is that somewhere out at the airport?
It will be out there airport in the area there where Malachi will be performing. I'm sure not right there by the stage, but in that
Do we
area.
have some sort of crash pad that she lands on,
I'm
or do you
gonna
like
guess
stick the
that-
landing on the grass?
Yeah, I'm guessing there'll be an air pad there of some sort of cushion.
Well, I'm hoping maybe.
It'll be interesting. I've never seen it before.
I have not
so.
seen anything quite like
No.
that before either. So.
I've seen it on TV, but not in person. So looking
Are
forward
you
to
going
it.
to be there to attend
planning
and
on
get
it,
the
yeah.
play-by-play for us?
Planning on watching. That'll be interesting.
It'll be interested to see how it happens. Well, good luck to Tina
Yes.
tonight and how that all goes. The Lake Mantle Association is doing a Decorate Your Dock
It is.
festivity. So those of you at the lake get those docks and piers decorated, and I think judging probably tomorrow sometime. I didn't quite know when that was, but it should be a good time out there in the lake. And then the events are kind of continuing a little bit on for America's 250 next week. On July 8th will be the Day of Remembrance with the Boy Scouts and the Honor Guard here at the courthouse, and they're going to be reading the Declaration of Independence. I'm not sure I've ever actually heard that read.
I know. I can say I never have. No.
So that will be a good event for everyone to come out and see. And then July 10th, they're going to have the travel mural at the library, which you can go out and take a look at. So there's lots of events. We've had a great team planning activities for the 250th.
That'd be awesome.
Yeah. And then, of course, the fireworks shows are tonight at the Rochester Airport, and Kiwanis is tonight.
Right.
And then Winnemac and Akron tomorrow. Of course, in Akron tomorrow, you've got all the activities. I think the parade starts at 11, followed by all their things. Is it down at the park? They have all the food trucks and events and all those things. And
Of course, you got the fireman's breakfast starting at 7.
yes, so get the breakfast and get
Then
your
the
spot
run
for
at
parade.
8, I think it is, or 8:30.
I probably wouldn't run after breakfast.
Probably not a good idea.
Yeah, and then get those seats for the parade, and then go down and have some lunch and spend the day there in Akron. Also tonight, I kind of forgot, at Kiwanis Hardery, they're doing a neighbor day and have some events
Awesome.
happening in Kiwanis tonight, starting at 4 p.m. They're going to have food trucks, a scavenger hunt, and a golf cart parade.
Sounds like fun.
So looking for activities, you can maybe go over to Kiwanis,
Yeah.
check out those events, and get back here in time for Malachi and Tina.
That'll be a busy day.
It will be a busy day, but hopefully the weather will hold out for us. I was kind of reading through some things, and I found some, just a little tidbit of information I thought was good to know in honor of the 4th of July and flags. I didn't realize, or maybe I did, I just had forgotten about it, that residents who have American flags that are worn or faded or just not in the condition to fly can retire them properly at the American Legion.
Yes.
So you take that down to the Legion if you've got a flag that needs to be retired, and they'll help you do that in a respectful and proper way. So if you've got one of those, take advantage of that. They'd be happy to do that for you. Well, let's talk about First Federal a little bit. We offer Simply Free checking accounts and Simply Free business checking accounts. When you open a new checking account, you get a free gift, and it is the camouflage waterproof speaker. I know Rainey's wanting one, so if you want to come in and use his name. But we've been talking about for a couple weeks, you can get the Simply Free checking account, but we also have a brand new checking account, our benefits checking account. It's the same great checking account that you have with us with all the normal features of our deposit accounts, but we add to it for $6.95 a month cell phone protection. So if you have an issue with your cell phone, it gets dropped or stolen or broken, it'll help you recover that. ID theft recovery, roadside assistance, accidental death and dismemberment insurance, and travel and entertainment coupons, and you still get a free gift.
Awesome.
So come in, we've had quite a few people come in and taking advantage of that new account, and it's a great account. We're excited to offer that to everybody. You're looking to buy a house, Randy?
I'm not, but I know people that
People
are.
are? Well, you should contact Ben Dalton or Stacy Wilson, the Rochester branch, to get pre-approved to see how much mortgage you can get. And those houses are going fast, so
They are.
if you're pre-approved, then you're able to
Jump right on.
jump right on there and get that offer and know exactly what's going on there. We offer commercial lending for businesses. You can contact Zach Ruder. He'd be happy to help you out with that. If you're wanting to save for retirement, I'm wanting to save for retirement.
Always a good thing.
Contact Mark Blueball, Brian Bell, or Grant Bowman, and they'll get you going on that. You can like us on Facebook, follow us on X, Instagram, LinkedIn, and subscribe to our YouTube channel. Our YouTube channel's a lot of fun stuff out there. You can see some of our archives of these radio shows, but there's also some fun archives of Dick talking about the bank's history and how it came to be, and so there's some fun things out there to take a look at. We are the only locally owned bank in Fulton County. We don't want to be the biggest bank, just the best. Borrowers must meet underwriting guidelines. We are FDIC insured and equal housing lender, and our NMLS number is 399927.
And now makes
Got
it
it.
official.
They were seeing if I knew that number earlier.
Yes. I've had to practice that several times because usually I get too many nines.
Yes, I was reading that to make sure. I always think about Dick and how he said it, and then I get that all mixed up in my head and make sure I'm doing it right. So, well, we are excited today to welcome Jillian Smith and Ben Reason with the Fulton County Fair Board. Welcome.
Good morning.
How are you guys doing today? Up early, getting ready for Fair Week?
Yeah.
I think I was up at 11 o'clock answering messages about the fair, and then up at 6 o'clock answering messages about the fair.
Oh, so you mean it doesn't just all happen without some intervention from folks?
Well,
It's a really busy 3 weeks a year job would be there.
I'm sure it is. Well, let's start with, when is the fair?
fair kicks off July 11th, runs through the 18th. We'll be out at the fairgrounds all 8 days.
What are some of the highlights of the events that we're looking at for the fair?
So we've got most of the same events returning. Our schedule's changed a little bit, but it'll start Saturday. We've got autocross races. I think it's the 4th year for that. And that's an event that I would kind of think like a cross between motocross and maybe a demolition derby. So it's a circle track around the fairgrounds down at the amphitheater, and that one's gained a lot of traction. It's $10 admission. You can look up the rules on the Facebook page. About anybody can enter that. We do need more drivers. There is a payout.
Again, I know my limits, so.
Light offer.
Yeah, but basically you just need a car that you don't care to mess up, and then roll the windows down and wear a helmet and put on a seatbelt, and we'll let you run around the track.
Okay,
for
I'm out.
$40.
I
So,
think I'm out on that.
it's a lot of fun. It's a big hit. It's been growing a lot. Sunday is the Queen program. It is back at the fairgrounds, so I'll let Jillian and Randy talk on that, but we need to be back at the fairgrounds and not at the high school this year.
Don't show up at the high school for that pageant.
Right. I know the Queen program's really excited to have it back at the fairgrounds. It's been, I think, a decade or better since it's been out there, and they're working really hard to bring that back. And so that'll be at 6:30 on Sunday. As we move kind of through the week, Monday at 7 to 9, we've got Counterpoint, a band, is performing at the Free Tent. Sweet Cakes Entertainment has always been a big hit. They're coming back again from 5:30 to 9 on Tuesday the 14th. Wednesday, we've got the tractor pull. Anybody that's got questions, we've got some numbers on our flyers you can contact if you want to enter in the tractor pull, but that is, Dawn Ag is sponsoring. If you wear any Pioneer gear, hat, t-shirt, shoes, embroidered jeans, I don't think they care anything with the Pioneer logo on it, you get free entry for that for Wednesday
I
night.
didn't know Pioneer had embroidered jeans, so that's
They
something
might,
that
I don't know,
look
but
into.
any logo anywhere on you, Dawn Ag's going to pay for you to get into the tractor pull, so
Hey.
that'll be Wednesday night. And then Thursday's the Farmer Olympics. Anybody that's seen that knows how fun that is. So that one is Thursday night at 7 o'clock, and that one's always a good time. And we're looking for entries for that too. So there's several classes for that. We got contact information for Kyle Klossner and Kevin Burton for that. And then Friday is our livestock auction. and Saturday we'll wrap it up with the demolition derby, which is $10 admission and starts at 7 o'clock like normal.
That's always a pretty popular one. I live near the fairgrounds and I can hear it usually.
It's loud, it's popular, and it lasts a long time. So that'll be wrap up our fair events Saturday.
There's a lot of events on the calendar, and one thing that we're trying to make sure that we communicate well is that there's different people in charge of each event. You know, it's not call one person for everything. So we try to make sure everyone knows who to contact, what the rules are for the different events, how they can participate. All of that we're trying to share pretty consistently on our Facebook page. So the Fulton County Fair Board is a good place to go to start getting the information about these events, how to participate, how to view, if there's admission or if it's free, thanks to our sponsors, how all of that works.
You know, the other neat part about it is too, on Fair Week, to stay up to date on the Facebook page, because weather changes things occasionally, and so stay up to date on there as well with any changes. So.
Yep, and of course we'll let our local media know. You guys will know.
Well, and of course, in addition to all those, you know, what I would call like highlight events of the day, you've got other things. You've got, you know, this 4-H is really about showcasing our youth. And, you know, they've got lots of projects and different things. So tell us a little bit about how that works and what's kind of out there for our youth and what they're displaying.
Absolutely. So every day, starting basically Sunday, the 4-H Council and then the Extension Office does a great job with our youth programming in this county. So you've got all sorts of youth livestock events. You've got the community building exhibits, which those will be on display starting Sunday at 4 o'clock, I believe. So you can see all the hard work the kids have done all year, and then every day, you know, you've got some type of livestock show, basically Monday through Thursday. So going through all the species, and those kids work so hard to get those projects together. And so we're still, I think, and the Fair Board would be in agreement, we're still lucky to be the fair we are, at least to focus on the kids and really put 4-H kind of to the forefront of what we do. So our events at night are cool, but really the purpose of the fair still for us is to showcase those kids in 4-H and what they can do in this agricultural county that we're in.
You know, I know one thing too, man, it is huge on Friday is the auction. We're talking about that, and this is a chance for, you know, people to come out and support the youth. I know there's I've seen some other areas, fairs that are struggling with groups and people, or people come out and buy the animals or do, you know, support that. Rochester, Fulton County has been pretty blessed over the years of having support, and you hope that continues Friday night.
Absolutely, Randy. And so our sale committee does a great job getting around buyers and buyers groups and stuff for the kids. And any businesses are out there if you haven't participated or if you want to. It's a low-key event. It is an auction, but I promise you we'll take your bid any way you give it to us. And so if you show up, I mean, it's tax deductible. There's all sorts of good things that can come out of that auction. So if anybody hasn't participated in that and wants to, that starts at 6 o'clock in the show arena, the Hudkins Arena there at the fairgrounds. And we'd certainly love to have anybody else that's interested in supporting the youth come out to that auction at 6 on Friday.
We're talking to Jillian Smith and Ben Reason with the Fulton County 4-H Board. So, question, what's your favorite animal to watch out at the fair?
We all share favorites, isn't it?
Yeah, I would have favorites.
So honestly, you know, I take my young boys, and we just love being able to see what all of our friends' kids are up to and supporting them. They really enjoy seeing the pigs and the cows, but we really just like going out there and being able to support all of our friends and our neighbors.
I mean, I think like the rabbits are kind of cute and fluffy. You know, when I was little, my babysitter used to tell me if you would sneak up on a rabbit on the yard and put salt on its tail, that it would make it where it couldn't hop and you could have it as a pet. I still haven't got one. But maybe I could try it at the fair.
Trying.
Yeah.
Maybe those fair kids have figured that out and
Yeah,
have gotten that
found
salt
it out.
real close to the rabbits.
You can buy one at the auction and see if it works.
Oh, so like if I buy it, I can take it home with me and
Yeah,
I can give it back to the kid.
That's right.
You absolutely can.
Well, I live in city limits. Am I allowed to have a rabbit?
Sure.
Okay,
We won't tell.
noted. You know, one thing
It'll
is,
be quiet, so.
yeah, it's not like I'm taking a cow home or
Right,
anything like
right.
that. So, yeah, I think we can't overlook the fair food. We have lots of food vendors happening out there at the fair this next week.
We do. We'll have the pork producers. We'll have the optimists. We'll have
The
a few different
elephant ears,
booths.
the-
Yep. Get your lemon shake up, right? All of that good stuff.
Get your chocolate shake.
But
Lions Club,
That's
yeah.
the best.
Club, yeah.
I always gotta get. They
At
really
least
strategically
one,
place that.
at least one a day, right?
You have to stop by before you leave.
That's right.
So I
On the
think
way
that's,
out.
yeah, another highlight, of course, is the commercial buildings where you can come out and see some of our, local community organizations and businesses supporting, and kind of take a look at them and go through those buildings. Those are always a highlight as well.
We have several participating in that. That's what my phone calls and text messages have been about the last couple of days, and I'm really excited to see what people have to offer this year. So I think people are trying to get creative and be more engaging with the kids that are out all week, and so I'm excited to see how that plays out.
Was there anything new that's happening at the fair this year that you'd like to talk about?
Yeah, so the Wheels of Ag isn't coming back this year, but our local FFA students are getting together and they put on a show called Play the FFA Way. It'll be Sunday through Thursday, 5:30 to 8:30. They're going to have putt-putt, a basketball shootout competition. They'll have an ag knowledge check contest, so all sorts of things that our FFA students are working hard on for Play the FFA Way.
Are there prizes involved in that too, I'm assuming?
I thought they keep that a secret
Oh,
from me, so
okay,
I
sorry.
don't work too hard.
Usually would probably be studying everything and trying to get all the answers ahead of time and practicing, so I understand.
I think they're doing a story time at 7 for the youth, so that'll be a lot of fun. And then
It's great to see the FFA getting involved in that.
I
In that
really
way.
like that. And
Exciting.
that's a nice event sponsored by Burton Family Farms in Calming, so it's good to have those businesses supporting them, and I'm excited to see how that turns out this year.
The other neat part about it is a lot of times when you go to fair, you got to paint a park, but you don't have to at the Fulton County Fair, thanks to some great sponsors.
Yeah, we are so blessed. We just kind of send out a call out and say, hey, who can help us so that our 4-H kids, their parents, families, and then all the spectators can get in for free. So if you don't mind, can we do a shout out to
Sure,
all of them?
give them a shout out.
So it starts off Saturday the 11th with Collins and Company Realtors. Mariah Shreff, of course, she reached out and said, yeah, we gotta do this. So thank you to Mariah. And then Sunday the 4-H junior leaders. Monday Fulton County RNC. Tuesday First Source Bank. Wednesday First National Bank of Monterey. Thursday the Optimist Club of Rochester and Zane's LP Gas. Friday Nidra Wilson Coughlin reached out and said, oh, I need to do this in memory of Tom, so that was really nice. And then Saturday, wrapping things up with Odell Lumber and Supplies. So huge shout out, thank you to all of our sponsors, Perkins sponsors that make that possible.
Yeah, awesome.
And we don't have to name them or anything, but you've got lots of other sponsors all throughout, and I'm sure you can check out their names and things on the different things that they're sponsoring when you're out at the fair.
Yeah, absolutely. We couldn't do it we actually could not do it without the sponsors. I don't know that we would have fairgrounds without the sponsors. So we need everybody that's able to step up. All of the businesses, of course, First Fed and WROI, you guys do appreciate that. But it really does take the financial support of our community to help bring this together. So we do appreciate that. And of course, we'll have all of our sponsors listed everywhere that we can and make sure they get the recognition they deserve.
One thing we do want to forget not to mention too is the dog and cat shows are actually before the fair. So we're talking about Fair Week, but coming up on July 9th and 10th is the dog and cat shows that kind of really start the week.
One of our employees mentioned to me that she showed cats when she was in the fair, and I said, I'm interested in watching that because they don't typically listen quite as well as dogs do, so that could be an interesting little event to see a cat show.
I think I snuck in there last year once, and they decorate them up. It is quite interesting. I know there was a group of former basketball players, former athletes from Caston, their senior year, that all got together and brought up a whole mess of cats that they had and decorated them up. And yeah, it was quite entertaining. So if you're looking for the cat show, that's coming up on. That's on Friday the 10th. So.
Well, if you're looking for a cat to maybe get at the show, we go out to the Fulton County Animal Center and
there you go.
Maybe they've got one that they've been training out there to get ready to go. Does it cost to get into the fair? Do I have to pay admission?
Absolutely not.
And that's great because that's not true for every county too. So that's a great thing for us to have.
There are some
things
of those
that cost.
Featured events, of course, but we do have several free events. We haven't even mentioned yet. We've got the Silly Safari on Thursday night. The Outlet Youth Center is going to be out Friday night doing some games with the kids and some entertainment. So all sorts of things that we try to do for free too.
5:30 on Monday is the Kitty Petty Pool. I know
That's
that always
huge.
is a huge event, and that's sponsored by Farm Bureau. They cover that, and so that's free of cost. Any kids in the community that can do it. They may even have an adult class ask Randy. I'm not sure, but
They have an older. I know they have the older kids that think they can do it until they get on that tractor. And
yeah.
are
So
not
that'll
as strong
be
as they
fun.
thought.
5:30 Monday.
Well,
So
that's fun.
that's a big free one.
Now, before we went on the air, you guys were talking to me about a fair punch card.
Yeah.
So we better wrap up with what the fair punch card is.
Yeah, so this is new for us this year. The Fulton County Marketing Committee reached out a couple of months ago and said, hey, we want to help you. We have an idea. We want to get people to the fairgrounds. Will you let us do this? We're thinking, well, why not? But we're really excited. So they put together a punch card. There's 6 different opportunities. And yeah, I'm cheating here because it is so new. I don't know. So they have things like try a Lions Club milkshake, visit the pork producers, attend a grandstand event. So there's 6 different opportunities on this punch card. Pick 4 of them to complete, get your punches, and then turn your card in for prizes. Again, they keep things a secret. I don't know what the prizes are.
I'm sure they're
But you know
worth
they're
it
really
though.
good.
Absolutely, they're probably fabulous.
I know you can turn your punch card in there and have a big box set up in front of
right at the entry.
right at the entry in front of the WROI mobile studio that'll be out there. So you can turn those in there as you complete them. So
Randy will be keeping a close eye on those punch card boxes, see who's going in there.
I'm going to keep an eye. Yeah,
Is
we'll
he
see.
in that mobile
Stuff
studio?
in the ballot.
He
I might have to
do that.
add a few extra in there because how many spots is there for the milkshake? Is there 4 spots for the milkshake on that? 'Cause-
It doesn't say that it's limited.
So 4 punches in one spot.
Yeah, get back there every day for a
Well,
shake.
Can you do a punch card every day?
I think you can.
I mean, Randy, that's the way you could get that.
Yeah.
going.
That's how you do
That's
that.
how you
Work
do that.
research. Oh yeah.
Yeah, that could really work out well for you.
Mhm.
I can.
That's the Optimus Stand the
Yeah.
event. The grandstand's like,
An
oh
elevator.
yeah.
Yeah.
I think
I
I think we're onto something
I
here.
think there's opportunities for everybody there. Well, Jillian and Ben, is there anything else you'd like to tell us about the fair? Other than come on out?
Yeah, I honestly just encourage everyone to come out, support our kids. They've been working really hard. I've seen a lot of my friends' kids have been working on their projects. We had judging this week, and a lot were out there in the heat going through that. And so to have those on display would be nice, but then to see all of the livestock shows, everything. We just really encourage people to go out and support our kids.
Enjoy the fair. Well, Ben and Jillian, thank you for joining us this morning. Before we wrap up, we got that trivia question. Randy, have you been thinking about that?
This is going to be purely a guess.
Okay, so we're going to remind everybody what the trivia question is on this day in 1985, Back to the Future was released. How many times was the film rejected before it was finally greenlit? And your answers as a reminder are 11, 22, 33, and 44.
In school I always said just go with C if you don't know. So I'm going to go with 33.
33. Jillian, Ben?
That was my method. Is C's normally right.
Okay.
I would have went with 88, but since that's not an option, I'll go with B for 22.
All right, Katie over there. Katie on the camera. Katie thinks 44. I think Katie saw my notes. 44 was the right answer.
Well, you see, you've been half of 88.
Half of 88.
That's a lot of times. I mean, I
It
know
is.
11 was a lot of times
Yeah.
for it to be rejected.
Wow.
So talk about perseverance.
Yeah, I guess.
That team kept going, and
They wanted it.
they wanted it. Maybe I should watch it.
There you go.
So let's end today with some trivia, or not some trivia, some words of wisdom. This is conveniently from Michael J. Fox,
Oh,
Mr.
appropriate.
Back to the Future. Discipline is just doing the same thing the right way, whether anyone's watching or not.
Awesome. Ben and Jillian, thank you very much. Jody, we'll talk to somebody next Friday.
I think we'll be here.
All right, thank you.